was founded after 9/11 because they recognized that some people did something and that all of us were starting to lose access to our civil liberties.
Some people did something, said a freshman congresswoman from Minnesota, to support and justify the creation of CARE. Today I am here to respond to you exactly who did what to whom.
Nothing shakes a nation like hypocrisy exposed in broad daylight, and as the old political proverb goes, when truth marches in, the guilty tremble. Today, Nicole Malliotakis steps forward and lays out the receipts, every fiery remark, every anti-American jab, every attempt by Ilhan Omar to blur the line between terrorists and the United States. This moment isn't just about a committee seat. It's about drawing the line in the sand where accountability meets national honor.
Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those in favor say no. No. It's the opinion of the chair that the ayes have it and the resolution is agreed to. And without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I yield 2 minutes to the gentlelady from the great state of New York, Nicole Malliotakis.
The gentlewoman from New York is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We've heard from my colleagues the reasons why the Representative Omar should be removed from this committee. But I feel like all the reasons have not just yet been stated, which is why I rise to add for the record. We've heard about the comments that were made regarding anti-Semitism and anti-Israeli views, but I rise to add to the record that as a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee, I've sat there and heard the representative actually spew anti-American rhetoric as well. I've been in that committee room where the representative equates Israel and the United States to Hamas and the Taliban. Absolutely unacceptable for a member of that committee. I've also heard the representative equate that it is the United States' fault that there is turmoil in Venezuela. That is not because of the oppressive socialist and communism that has spread throughout Central and South America and Venezuela at the hands of the Maduro and Hugo Chavez regimes. That is unacceptable. And as a New York representative, to hear the representative belittle, to try to diminish the worst terrorist attack on United States soil on September 11, 2001, as some people did something, that is unacceptable as well. And I hold the same standard for this side of the aisle that I do the other, because when another colleague on my side said something about 9/11, I also voted to have her removed from the Education Committee because I thought that was inappropriate. So I'm being consistent here, and I hope my colleagues will do the same to show that this is about consistency and accountability, because we should not have an individual with those views on the committee that is tasked with representing our country and our Congress to foreign nations. I yield back.
The gentlelady yields back.
Georgia seek recognition.
Mr. Speaker, pursuant to Clause 2A.1 of Rule 9, I seek recognition to give notice of my intent to raise a question of the privileges of the House. The form of the resolution is as follows.
Recognized.
Censuring Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota. Whereas elected members of Congress take an oath to bear true faith and allegiance to the United States without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. Whereas Representative Ilhan Omar took an oath of allegiance to the United States upon becoming a citizen, declaring, "I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen." Whereas on January 27, 2024, Representative Omar gave remarks at an event in Minneapolis in which she made treasonous statements. Whereas Representative Omar said she has spoken to many Somalians who asked her to intercede for the Somali government by pressuring the United States government into certain actions. Whereas Representative Omar assured the Somalians she spoke to, the U.S. government will only do what Somalians in the U.S. tell them to do. They will do what we want and nothing else. They must follow our orders, and that is how we will safeguard the interest of Somalia. Whereas Representative Omar continued, for as long as I am in U.S. Congress, Somalia will never be in danger. Its waters will not be stolen by Ethiopia or others. Sleep in comfort knowing I am here to protect the interest of Somalia from inside the U.S. system. Whereas George Washington warned in his farewell address of 1796 to guard against the impostures of pretended patriotism, and further declared citizens by birth or choice of a common country, that country has a right to concentrate your affections. The name of American, which belongs to you in your national capacity, must always exalt the just pride of patriotism more than any appellation derived from local discriminations. Whereas these statements by Representative Omar clearly violate the oath she took as an elected member of Congress to defend and protect the United States Constitution. Whereas Representative Omar has exhibited the treasonous tendencies George Washington warned about, and her actions must be condemned by all members of Congress who adhere to the oath they took upon assuming office. And whereas by openly admitting her efforts to advance Somalia's interest using her position as a United States representative, Representative Omar has revealed herself to be a foreign agent acting on behalf of a foreign government. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota be censured. Representative Ilhan Omar forthwith present herself in the well of the House of Representatives for the pronouncement of censure. Representative Ilhan Omar be censured with the public reading of this resolution by the Speaker, and Representative Ilhan Omar be and is hereby removed from the Committee of the Budget and the Committee on Education and the Workforce.
Stepping into that chamber, the air felt thick. Everyone knew why we were there, and everyone felt the tension. Nicole Malliotakis didn't waste a second. From my seat, I watched her rise with the kind of determination you only see when a representative believes the stakes are national. And there's an old political proverb that whispered in my mind: silence is consent, and consent is surrender. Nicole wasn't surrendering to anything. She started by reminding everyone that the debate around Ilhan Omar wasn't new, but what hadn't been said, what many were too timid to say, was the iceberg beneath the waterline. She spoke about the anti-Semitic remarks, yes, but then she went deeper. She talked about the anti-American rhetoric she herself heard in those committee chambers. I could feel the room shift when she described Omar equating the United States and Israel with Hamas and the Taliban. It's the type of false equivalence that knocks the wind out of anyone who still believes America, imperfect as it may be, stands on the side of justice and human dignity. She pushed further, pointing out how Omar once blamed the United States for the chaos in Venezuela, ignoring the devastation forced on those people by socialist tyrants like Maduro and Hugo Chavez. There's a political proverb for moments like that: he who rewrites the past tries to steal the future. And Malliotakis wasn't about to let that narrative theft go unanswered. Then came the part no one could ignore. When Malliotakis reminded the chamber about Omar reducing 9/11 to "some people did something," it hit with emotional force. For New Yorkers, that's not rhetoric. That's a scar. And hearing her defend the memory of that day, not for political points but for moral clarity, made the contrast even sharper. She wrapped her argument with consistency, something rare in politics. She brought up the time a Republican colleague made an inappropriate remark about 9/11 and how she voted to remove her from a committee too. That struck me. That's when you see whether someone means what they say. And as another political proverb goes, a leader's integrity is measured by how they discipline their own. When Nicole Malliotakis yielded back, the chamber felt different. The words hung there, challenging, exposing, demanding. And in my mind, I knew this wasn't just about Ilhan Omar's seat. It was about the standard we choose to uphold when the world is watching.